Welcome to DRTSPR show. This is Dr. Tangella Shiva Prasad Reddy alias Dr. TSPR. Namaste, Adab, hello, and a warm welcome to Jagdish Shetty-ji, who happens to be General Secretary Virat Hindu Sangham. Sir, namaskar.
Namaskar, namaskar.
Usually you will see Jagdish Shetty-ji regularly hosting Dr. Subramanya Swamiji. He is an intellectual and who is just trying to preach every Indian youth or citizen about their fundamental rights, their beliefs, and how they should not compromise, and why and what will happen if they compromise. So that Virat Hindu Sangham, the same Jagdish Shetty ji, once again I heartily welcome to DRTSPR channels. This is a special show, and we have already done a show on what is happening in Delhi, in and around, replicating the same farmers' agitation, which we have already shown you. Now the same thing is going on there. Now it has taken a political turn. So let us expressing our solidarity and sympathies with original farming community who are giving us food without which me or Jagdish Shetty ji would not be in a position to come and speak in front of you. So leaving that apart, now the important issue of our own uniform services. Our 8 naval men were caught by Qatar. They have been jailed, and even death penalty was imposed on those unfortunate naval uniform Indian citizens, I would call. In that scenario, so much of media attention was drawn before our Bala Rama consecration ceremony, and suddenly it went to a death knell, stating that the government and the Modi ji, Honorable Prime Minister, using his deft handling of the issues, trying to get them released. And the other side of the coin theory also, politicians, other political parties, other media, they were stating that this will be another election, whatever they say. I don't want to get into that jumla and all, to enthuse and inspire, enlighten voters so that BJP and Mr. Modi, because we all believed in one thing, erstwhile BJP, it used to be a collective decision-making body. This is what I've been writing regularly also. Now this BJP means Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji and Amit Shah ji. So this Prime Minister Modi ji, his third time candidature for people to elect him as Prime Minister will be fundamentally influenced by the release of these 8 unfortunate Navy men who have been caught in the political embroil or whatever you call, because Jagdish Shetty ji has come out with something behind what is happening, and I was shocked. Immediately I requested, sir, because pending arbitraries, he takes the lead role to see that people understand whatever issue in a simplest way, legalized way, as per constitution, with evidences. Such issue, I'm just going to show you some photographs. What is it? This is not gas, we said. In the poster also, flyer also, gas means hawa nahi hai ye. Isme kuch hai. There is something behind this gas release of our 8 unfortunate naval uniformed service personnel. As Modi ji went there, now today he has been inaugurating the only one temple, Middle East, oil Islamic countries, all of a sudden favoring India with Hindustan temple, and before that our minister ji also visited the holy places in Saudi Arabia. We were very surprised, we were very happy. It has become a global village. But what is happening behind this? One word from you, sir, before I just start showing.
As far as the issue of our 8 naval officers are concerned, in fact, what Dr. Swami tweeted the Andh and the blind bucks and the gun bucks, all these Modi bucks, what they said was, they twisted the whole thing. Dr. Swami said, in fact, he was happy. And if you see on in the screen, on the left-hand side down, Dr. Swami says Modi should take cinema star Shah Rukh Khan to Qatar with him, since after MEA, that is Ministry of External Affairs and National Security Advisor, has failed to persuade the sheikhs of Qatar, Modi pleaded with Khan to intervene and thus got an expensive settlement from Qatar sheikhs to free our naval officers. So what Dr. Swami said here was that Shah Rukh Khan has played a role in the release of the 8 naval officers that were detained for almost many months or more than a year in Qatar. So Dr. Swami only tweeted this. Yeah. What happened after the tweet is these Andh and blind bucks started attacking Dr. Swami, and my information is that somebody from the PMO perhaps influenced or put pressure on people around Mr. Shah Rukh Khan, and then he issued a statement that he has nothing to do with this. Now, when a party is ruling at the center, these things can be easily manipulated. The question is, in fact, Shah Rukh Khan should have boldly said, yes, I played a role in the interest of the 7 or 8 heroic naval ex-servicemen who were in Qatar and who were unjustly detained. He could have made this statement. But these Modi brigade started attacking Dr. Swami and manipulating the whole thing. We are happy that these people are released. But everybody knew in journalistic circles and diplomatic circles for the last 8-10 days that Shah Rukh Khan was playing some role in this. So Dr. Swami only said how Modi ji and his NSA or EAM were a failure, and Modi ji had to seek the help of Shah Rukh Khan. Nothing wrong in it. But so much of noise is done against this. So the whole Qatar came into focus. Now, as you have put up this tweet, I'm referring to one news item which is there in the left-hand corner. It says, hot. If you press on it, you will get it. Gas deal and release of Indian. You will get it. Indian Qatar link between $78 billion gas deal and the release of Indian prisoners. This is in a magazine or a newspaper known as Strat News Global. It's a global newspaper. But if you go to that site now, that news article is withdrawn after pressure from whoever it is. It is against whom is the news item against? So that we can assume the pressure come from the right places. So it's not all gas. This deal was for a gas pipeline, an extended agreement, which was only to expire in 2028. And a new agreement is signed 4 years in advance for a period of 2028 to 2048. I have not seen such agreements being signed so many years in advance. And who's the agreement with? Petronet LNG. It's a government-owned company where all the petroleum Maharatnas have some stakes, and the Qatar government, Qatar Energy, it is controlled by the Qatar government. So this is what the deal was. Then there was another. This happened almost during the. Then what happened is the ED files a case against Mr. Shamir Wankhede. If you all remember, he was the prosecuting officer of the narcotics cell, XNCB. That cell, if you remember, had caught this of Shah Rukh Khan in 2021 during the COVID days when he was going on a cruise and accused him of having drugs. If you remember those days, everybody was attacking Shah Rukh Khan, and all these and then blind bucks were saying what a heroic man was Shamir Wankhede, and all this was going on in those days. Now the own government has come up and filed a case against that officer. So what does it all show? Maybe that son was innocent. I am not saying that whether he was guilty or innocent, but the drama that time was made, so much of media publicity for and against, so many talking about it in that fateful days, few days, all the newspaper coverage. My guess is somewhere during that period, Shah Rukh Khan and Mr. Modi must have had a deal, and it was decided that this man should be taught a lesson, because Shamir Wankhede at least was projected in those days as a very decorative and daring man, while somebody in the Maharashtra government was against him, but still, because the government was of Uddhav Thackeray, perhaps they did not want to him. It's a central government post. He was the narcotic cell. But that was the campaign during that time. And most important thing is, just a few days ago, Shah Rukh Khan did go to Doha, Qatar, and met many of the big rulers. Somebody will be the prime minister, some may be the sheikh, or all those people who matter. Now, he's a very famous Indian actor, and he has gone there. It's all right. But
Sir, your voice, audio. Jagdish ji, your audio. So we are trying to relate evidence by evidence as to what is behind those unfortunate, our naval officers being behind bars in Qatar on espionage case for so many months. And we welcome their release wholeheartedly. Their families would have been waiting, and the entire country and the Navy, morale of the Navy has certainly would go up as those officers who are serving India and India's larger interest. And when doing so, if they have been caught, it really hurts not just their family members, not just Navy, but India too. So we warmly welcome the release of our Navy personnel. But in doing so, if India is doing such a big deal with Qatar, that is unexplainable, and it goes against India. India means every citizen, and all the natural resources belong to every citizen, right from Prime Minister to Chief Minister. They are just nothing but public servants only. There should not be any dictation. And what is happening behind the screens? Jagdish Shetty ji, we lost connection with him. I think he is going to join us back. He is unraveling the mystery as some started to attack Dr. Subramanya Swami ji when he tried to bring out the facts. That is the reason why Jagdish Shetty ji took pains to unravel what has happened behind and why it has happened and in whose interest. And Shah Rukh Khan, the Pathan star, recently met the Qatari Prime Minister Mohammed bin Abdul Rahman bin Jassim Al Thani. The superstar was an honorable guest in Doha to witness the AFC final. All of a sudden, he goes there, and the news appeared that Shah Rukh Khan played a lead role in getting our naval officers freed. All of a sudden, he has to go back from that. Jagdish ji, are you back? Jagdish ji. Jagdish ji, are you back? Let us try to get Jagdish ji. There is some technical problem. This we have been facing since we have discussed right from the morning. Jagdish ji, are you back? Jagdish ji. It's an important topic, and in the midst of important topic, we lost connection with Jagdish ji. Honestly, I'm trying to get hold of him. Jagdish ji, are you back? Trying to make a call. Sir, you are lost, sir. Why don't you reconnect? We are still holding the line. Please. Right. So we are going to get Jagdish ji back, and it's an interesting phase. Let me again share you the screen and show you. DRTSPR channels believes to run the show as per rule of law, with no enmity against individuals nor animosity against any parties or organizations. Anyone can participate, and you can video us, you can differ with us. My mobile number is 9440465339. You can always support also, and you can contribute by contacting me through this phone number in case if you are differing with me. So we have been showing this is what when Swami treated, Modi should take cinema star Shah Rukh Khan to Qatar with him, since after MEA and NSA had failed to persuade the sheikhs of Qatar, Modi pleaded with Khan to intervene and thus got an expensive settlement from Qatar sheikhs to free our naval officers. And this is what the link, it is not all gas, India-Qatar link between, yeah, I got him here. Jagdish ji is back. We'll be on the finishing lines once Jagdish ji joins. This is the link which Jagdish ji has been discussing. $78 billion gas deal and release of Indian prisoners. Is it true? Modi has to clarify. Yes, sir, please go ahead. I was just trying to recap the issues.
Yes. So what happened, and I was telling you, is as soon as Shah Rukh Khan's office denied he had met on behalf of the government or was intervening on behalf of the government with the Doha rulers, he issued a statement, as you know.
Yeah.
But what is significant in this issue is why he, as a concerned Indian, when he goes there and meet these leaders, he could have also taken up that issue. One side, he is denying that he met the leaders on this issue. There is no doubt that he met those leaders. It is widely reported in the Indian press and the international press, as you see, item number 3, which says India Today, which says that on 11th February, it is showing there. He met many leaders. This is one of the leaders he met. But the question is he not also a concerned citizen and concerned about the safety of our 8 naval officers who were serving there after retirement and serving the Qatar one company? Was he not concerned, and why did he not raise that issue? Now that he has denied he having played any role, but as a citizen, when he gets an opportunity to meet senior leaders of that country where 8 naval officers are detained, I think it is his right to have raised this issue. If he has so much a fan following in India and abroad, he should have taken this opportunity as a concerned Indian to have raised this issue with the Qatari leaders. But here he is totally denying it. I think he is being very polite and made to deny it so that he gives credit to other people and not take the credit himself. So I am saying all this incident of the gas deal, the ED filing a case on money laundering against their ex-NCB Mumbai Zonal Director Shamir Wadkede, the meeting in Doha, Qatar, and the release of our 8 Indian naval officers is just not all a coincidence happening during the span of 8 to 10 days. There is some leak. We may have paid a heavy price, as Dr. Swami has said in his tweet, and it is a failure of the diplomacy of Mr. Narendra Modi. This is only what I want to convey. So it is more than meeting the eyes by the Shah Rukh Khan denying it is just not sufficient. If he is denying it, then he should have, as a concerned citizen, raised the issue. Here we are saying he played a pivotal role in the release. We are giving him credit, but
He doesn't want to
gentleman
He
doesn't want to take the credit.
He's not patriotic. He is not patriotic.
No.
Even in his recent movie, he was fighting against corruption and fighting against suppression of fundamental rights. Then what is happening to you, Mr. Shah Rukh Khan? You are not patriotic. You are not fighting for the sake of people of India against corruption. So you are just a cinema hero. And for the
No,
sake
this
of,
all,
no, we have to link, for the sake of getting your son released, I'm not saying. ED files money laundering case against ex-NCB Mumbai Zonal Director Samir Wankade, whom in the beginning it said he is a highly patriotic citizen, very honest officer, the same lobby. So I'm trying to give you the date-wise. Petronet Qatar Energy extend key LNG supply deal by another 20 years beyond 2028, February 6th, 2024. February 10th, ED files money laundering case against NCB Mumbai Zonal Director Samir Wankade. Then February 11th, see Shah Rukh Khan warmly greets Qatar PM Mohammed Al Thani in Doha, February 11th. Then Qatar releases 8 Navy veterans after 2 years of detention for alleged espionage, February 12th. And February 13th, Shah Rukh Khan denies any role in the release of 8 naval veterans from Qatar, hails very able leaders, because much before Bala Rama consecration in Ayodhya, the rumors agog social media that naval officers going to be released because of Modi's mediation. And this is what was being played. And of course, even official circles also there. They should be reminiscent of such viral messages on behalf of the government or Modi, pampering Modi, severing Modi, that naval officers will be released shortly and Modi will take the credit. Your response on this, Jagdish Shetty ji? We have seen this
no,
viral.
we are very happy that our naval ex-servicemen who were serving in the Qatar in a private company, working on some project, were actually wrongly detained. In fact, it was the failure of our government to have got them released much earlier. I'm saying we should have used all our diplomatic resources and our pulls as Vishwa Guru and got them released much earlier. The family of these 8 people have suffered very much, although no doubt that they are grateful now and they have praised the Prime Minister. All this is bound to happen. But the question is,
Yeah, I'm just playing
whole
this.
thing,
Just playing
Yes.
this for you because you
Without the
reminded me.
intervention of Prime Minister Modi, it wouldn't be. आज हम आपके सामने खड़े नहीं हो रहे होते अगर intervention नहीं होता at that level, highest level, and especially government of India, उनके अथक प्रयास से कि वो consistently लगे रहे and we are there in front of you. Thank you.
Same thing.
Because we are neutral, we are independent, so we play every video.
We have waited almost 18 months to be back in India. We're extremely grateful to the Honorable Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Modi ji. It certainly wouldn't have been possible without his personal intervention and that equation with the Emir of Qatar. I think we are grateful to the Government of India, the bottom of our heart, for the every effort that has been made. And this day wouldn't have been possible without it. Grateful indeed. Thank you so much.
God bless all our naval officers. They are back. We are happy with their families. Having said so, again, I'm trying to bring you this again into the public forum. How it has happened. Now this, can you deny this? What has happened on the stroke of elections? Last time there was attack in Jammu and Kashmir. What has happened to that report? God knows. Till this time, we are not Pulwama. Now this time, 8 naval officers, the patriotism continues, but why they were there behind for 18 months, Mr. Modi and Mr. Jaishankar ji and Ajit Doval ji, let them clarify, let them take the credit. They are in governance. They are supposed to come to the rescue of Indian citizens. And you should not be a political mileage. Jagdish Shetty ji.
no, as I said, we all, what you played on the video, it is very natural that the families of these people are relieved and are happy, and I've given credit to the Prime Minister. We all are happy. I would say that they should have been released more than a year ago.
Yeah.
What was our diplomacy is all about? We are claiming to be Vishwa Guru. Vishwa Guru should have the pull. Modi should have mobilized all the neighboring countries who we claim that they are very friendly with us, UAE and other countries. In fact, I just happened to receive a phone call from, I don't mind naming, I'm not naming the person, but a very good South Indian friend who just recently returned from Saudi Arabia. And he said, he rang me up yesterday night and he told me, I've seen Dr. Swami's tweet and Shah Rukh Khan's denial, but he told me that he was in Saudi Arabia and he saw big banners, hoardings of Shah Rukh Khan. And he was surprised, what is Shah Rukh Khan to do with this country and all that. It was not put for as if he's a film star or welcoming him. He was surprised. Then he came to know that Shah Rukh Khan has a lot of investment in this type, in these Middle East countries and various business interests. So he said, then what you say and what Dr. Swami has said about his role in Qatar seems very possible. This is what this gentleman who has just recently come back from Saudi Arabia said. He was not taking any side. He was just saying the circumstantial evidences and what he saw in Saudi Arabia. He was just saying that he was surprised to see these hoardings. So whatever is happening, they are released. We are very happy. But I am saying it was initial failure of our diplomacy. I would say I compliment the Prime Minister for having used the good offices of Shah Rukh Khan, because in diplomacy you can do all that. Dr. Swami was not critical of the Shah Rukh Khan's role. What Dr. Swami was trying to say is the NSA and the Information Broadcast, that is MEA, sorry, Ministry of External Affairs and the National Security Advisor had failed and they had used Shah Rukh Khan. So nothing offensive, but he said it was an expensive settlement, and the expensive settlements come from the poster which you just saw, which is trending on the social media, which talked about the various coincidence. It says, believe me, it is just a coincidence. The gas deal, the ED's case, the Prime Minister of Qatar meeting Shah Rukh Khan, the officers being released, and then Shah Rukh Khan denying to take credit. So this is the sum total of all this. This all looks like a jumla. You have to get your people released. It is the paramount duty, as you said, of our government to protect our people wherever they are of Indian origin abroad. Even some places where they are not of our citizen, but they are of Indian origin, we have been making noise. And we are rightly making noise because ultimately for the Hindus and Indians, this is the only country they can look forward to. If something happens to Hindus in any part of the world, it is our duty as a motherland of these people that we must come to their rescue. So what I am trying to say again, we are happy that these people are released. If the credit has to be given to Shah Rukh Khan, it has to be given. And the andh bucks and the blind bucks and the gand bucks seem to be rattled, and they are running like headless chicken after Dr. Swami makes his charge. So in a democracy, you have to know what is the other side of the story. In journalistic circles and in diplomatic circles, last few weeks, this was being whispered about. This was discussed. If people cannot hear these whispers, and if the fact is coming out, I am really surprised why these people are starting this campaign of saying, no, it is not like that. They are even using derogatory words to describe Dr. Swami. There is a poop India. I call it poop India. You see some of the words used by them. That only shows that Dr. Swami's tweet and the information he shared has hit the target and has really made people think about it. In fact, this article in that about that gas thing, sir, that article has been withdrawn by that newspaper. If you see now, it is not. We have taken a screenshot and it is available. What we have said it earlier in my tweet. If you see my tweet about this article has been forced to be withdrawn. A journalist told me that it never happens such articles are withdrawn when it is published. This article has been withdrawn. It is not available. We talk about journalist freedom. We talk of freedom of the press. This is not an Indian newspaper, but you know what happens in the Indian newspapers also, who from the PMO keeps on giving instructions to these journalists and senior journalists by WhatsApp, saying what should be focused and not focused. One extra constitutional authority, Hiren Joshi, in the PMO, is doing all these tricks in India. And perhaps his writ, because of the money power, his writ must be abroad also. So that article was withdrawn. So we are just cautioning that such type of behavior is happening. It is not good for democracy. Information should flow. Shah Rukh Khan should not get frightened if he has played a role to owe up to it. We are not going to hang him. In fact, we'll be appreciative of Shah Rukh Khan. And if Shah Rukh Khan met these Qatari leaders and did not raise issue of the naval officers on his own, let's assume he is not gone on behalf of the Prime Minister. We'll take it at face value. But as a concerned citizen, when he is getting an opportunity to meet these rulers, should he not have raised? He is fighting against corruption. He is doing so many serials. He is talking about many good things in life as an actor. But in real life also, he should follow those principles. I am only saying that you get an opportunity to meet those rulers, you should have shown your concern of your citizens of India for the freeing of these naval officers. It's not as if he doesn't read newspapers. He is very well informed. He has a team. They say that his team released this press note yesterday in Mumbai. So I'm sure they would have briefed him that you are meeting such an important leader of Qatar. There are 8 Indian ex-naval officers who are detained. And please raise this issue. I'm sure his fans also would have been very happy. He has a large fan following. Even if you see on Twitter, he has a fan following. So they should have, would have been happy. So there was nothing that Shah Rukh Khan should have, either he raised it but doesn't want to take credit, or he met him and did not raise the issue, which he should have raised. My point to him is that simple. He should have raised the issue. And I hope it is nothing to do with the other issues of his son's arrest by Samir Wankhede and all the drama that went on during those days. He was undergoing a lot of mental stress, everybody knows. Yes. I hope this is not part of a larger deal with him to help him out, or he to bail out the government, but he doesn't want to take credit for it. So in short, it is that I am a BJP supporter, but I am not happy the way Modi is running the government. I want BJP, I'll be frank, I want BJP to come back to power, but in a very decent way, not by getting these outsiders from other parties and converting your party into a B team of the Congress. So we are a party with a difference. So the party with a difference is there to govern, but not with all these jumlas that are going around like this. We must have democratic party elections. We must not have forums which are nominated but has to be elected. Many of the party policies have to be discussed in the party so that party gets a direction. BJP was having elections before Modi came as Prime Minister. Before there used to be elections. The moment from 2014 till 2024, there has been no internal party elections for any post. Everything is nominated. And you know what happens when nomination takes place. Yes. And I have a piece of advice to some of our viewers who are unbugs, blind bugs and gun bugs. They do not understand democracy. Please go and watch what's happening in the American newspapers. Just now, there is elections for the primaries. Just now, you know that for the presidential election, who shall be the Republican Party candidate, who shall be the Democratic Party candidate. There are internal elections and there is open debate within the party candidates. The party supporter openly elects their candidate to take on the other party's candidate. And there they discuss policies of their internal party candidates in the open in debates.
Yes.
So we must have these democratic institutions in place. We should come out of this feudal mindset and also the British mindset that we must be obedient servants, not raise any issues. This is the feudal and British mindset. We are in a democratic mindset, should have a democratic mindset. Healthy party debates are good in public interest. So this should not be taken as somebody attacking somebody. A debate should go on. So on the Qatar issue, my sum up is that there is something more than that meets the eye in the release of these officers for some costly deal which India must have been put through. And Shah Rukh Khan is refusing to take credit. But even if he had not raised the issue, but as a concerned citizen, he should have flagged off this issue. So this is what I want to say. And thank you, Mr. Reddy, for hosting this program.
वंडरफुल
Jai
सर,
Hind.
जय हिंद सर। दूध का दूध, पानी का पानी। अब हम जो है भारत नागरिक को छोड़ते हैं। किस तरह क्या हुआ कतार में हमारे 8 नेवल ऑफिसर्स को रिहा करने पर, क्यों शाहरुख खान वहां गए थे, चर्चा क्यों किए उन्होंने, और आज उन्होंने कहते हैं कि मैं नेवल ऑफिसर्स की बात ने हमने नहीं की। अगर इस तरह आप सिनेमा में हीरो बनते हो, जब हमारे आदमियों की नेवल ऑफिसर्स की रिहाई के बारे में चर्चा होती तो आप फिसल जाते हो। यह कहाँ की हीरोइज्म है शाहरुख खान जी। और हम याद रखिए, पिछले 2 महीने से वायरल हो रहा सोशल मीडिया में कि हमारे नेवल ऑफिसर्स को रिहा किया जाएगा। क्या इसके पीछे इतनी बड़ी कॉस्टली डील जो भारत को चुकानी पड़ेगी? लेकिन DRTSPR चैनल्स खुश है कि हमारे 8 नेवल ऑफिसर्स रिहा हुए हैं। थैंक यू वेरी मच सर। डू सपोर्ट DRTSPR चैनल्स।